Alright, Chip, so we have sort of almost a follow-up to a previous video. So we recently talked about Team Asano. Square Enix is interested in them, remaking and remastering like old games that don't even have to be Square Enix titles, or even, I guess, technically Squaresoft titles, whatever you want to say. And one of the games we mentioned was Legend of Dragoon, but it was actually revealed today that that game is coming to modern platforms through the PlayStation Classic, through the new PS Plus tier system thing that they got going on. And I do believe in order to access the Classics catalog, you do have to subscribe to the highest tier of PlayStation Plus, which is PlayStation Plus Premium, because that's the only one that actually mentions the classic games. And that goes for about $18 a month, just depending on where you're living at. And there's obviously other benefits to the premium tier versus the extra tier or the essential tier, obviously. But for the sake of this video, we're just worried about the classic games. Now, the list of games coming to PlayStation Extra and Premium this month are actually pretty damn good. One of them being Horizon Forbidden West, which is still a relatively new game. It's only a year old, or just about a year old. Now, initially, I did think that it was a bit of a newer game, and I think that's because I bought the PS5 Horizon Forbidden West bundle thing about August of last year. So I guess I just assumed it was a newer game at the time for some reason, but this shit came out February of last year. Either way, it's still a pretty cool game to get for free, technically, if you're already paying for this shit. Now, the list of other games coming to this are actually pretty good. So we have the Quarry, Resident Evil 7, Outriders, Scarlet Nexus, Borderlands 3, Tekken 7, Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. We have Earth Defense Force 5, we have Oninaki, we have Lost Sphere, I Am Setsuna, and The Forgotten City. Now, I can't vouch for most of the games on the list, because half of them or more I have not even heard of or definitely haven't played. But you do get a lot of variety here, right? You have a couple horror games with the Quarry and Resident Evil 7, you got a fighting game with Tekken 7, you get the looter shooter with Borderlands 3, you obviously have Horizon Forbidden West, big-ass open-world game. You have Ace Combat, which that's a franchise that I'm glad to see still going. I just play Ace Combat a lot, growing up with Ace Combat 2 or 3 or something on PS2 back in the day, I don't know. I've done this a franchise in a long time, but it's cool to see it still going. Now on to the list of PlayStation Classic games, which is The Legend of Dragoon, Wild Arms 2, Harvest Moon, Back to Future, and Destroy All Humans. Now every game I've named up to this point will be dropping on February 21st, so this is less than a week away at this point. And with the list of classic games there, I mean, those are all great games, right? Destroy All Humans, the Harvest Moon, Wild Arms 2, all fantastic games. But we're here for Legend of Dragoon, right? This is, again, as I've said in other videos, one of the most iconic RPGs of all time. It's a lot of people's favorite, or one of their top 5 RPGs. If you're probably in your 30s or so, you probably put that growing up as one of your favorites. We all want to come to modern platforms with that remake, we want that remaster. But at least now it's coming to modern platforms. If you've never played it, now's your chance to. If you haven't played it in a long time, now's your chance. I haven't played it since I was a kid, teenager, maybe preteen or something. I don't know. It's been a long time since I played Legend of Dragoon. I never even owned it, borrowed it from a friend. It's not the first time, though, that it's been brought to modern platforms. They had a PlayStation Classic catalog when it came to the PS3 back in the day. I don't know if they ever did with PS4. But back in 2010, they brought it to PlayStation Classic, which is pretty cool. I actually didn't know that. So it's not like the game's been MIA for 23 years now. They have ported it to modern platforms before. I don't know if they did it again with the PS4 or not. I'm not sure on that. But at least now we're able to play it in the year of our Lord 2023. And I already have PS Plus, but I don't even know why. I don't even game on my PlayStation at all, really, online anyways. But I might even upgrade to that premium tier just to have access to this game, because it's been such a long time since I played it. And one of the things that I thought was kind of interesting from all this is they actually put out a video for the February extra and premium tier games and stuff on YouTube, and the thumbnail actually has Legend of Dragoon in it, despite the long list of pretty damn good games that are coming out. One of them being Horizon Forbidden West. You feel like that'd be the one you'd put on the thumbnail because it's a big recent game. People would be excited to play that for free, essentially. But they actually went with Legend of Dragoon for the thumbnail, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, it kind of shows how popular that game is, and they felt confident in putting that in the thumbnail. Now, obviously, this isn't quite what people want or have been wanting for a long time. We want that remake, we want that remaster, but at least it's now possible to play it without emulation, obviously, or spending however much money it would cost to buy a physical version of the game. At least now, for a measly $18, you can play Legend of Dragoon, and you'll have a long list of other games you can check out if you haven't yet. So as I said previously in the beginning of the video, it's kind of a follow-up to something we talked about. It's not quite what that video is about, but at least this shows that the game Legend of Dragoon is on people's radar. It's on PlayStation's radar. The fact that they're putting in thumbnails for videos, the fact that they're putting it on the PlayStation Classic list, they are aware of the game. They know the game exists, apparently, which is good. So maybe they can push it forward. Depending on how well this does, right? If there's a lot of good reception from this, people sign up for PlayStation Premium to play Legend of Dragoon, maybe that'll put a lot of interest in them wanting to fund a remake or remaster or whatever. And maybe if that happens, that might just be Square Enix, Team Asano, potentially, who knows? I really don't care who does it, as long as we just get it, right? As long as it's a remake, remaster of this fucking game. How's it not happened yet? It's insane to me. Either way, my dudes, that will be the video. Subscribe to if you guys are new. Social networks in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, @davidYT. That's it. Bye.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Logain or Lee. like Cobain.